Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind, these are general readings and may not resonate with everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements. And if you're interested in a personal reading, check out the info in the description box because I'm running a little promotion right now for readings in May. So if you're interested in a reading, have a look at that. Okay, my friends, let's get started for Virgo. What is the energy around Virgo for the week ahead? We're going to do a Celtic cross, jumping right into the tarot cards. Seeing the Knight of Pentacles in reverse to start off your reading. Let's see what the obstacle is for this night. It's the Judgment card. Okay, very interesting. So what that tells me, just sort of from these two cards in these two positions, is that right now your energy might not be focused because there's something cooking here. Like you're starting to realize something, and it could be making your energy a little bit scattered, not focused, because it's interesting. It almost feels like having this realization is shifting you from feeling stagnated, from feeling stagnation and from feeling stuck. And that you might be sort of needing to step outside the box a bit. That's what I mean. Like something's cooking here. And you're sort of being called to move in a way that's different. The Knights are movement. Okay, so when you see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that might mean that you're stuck. You're not moving because this Knight moves sort of diligently through with determination and sort of with the idea of being pragmatic and building security, being very focused and diligent, hard work, determination, really wanting to plant seeds for the future. But when I see that Knight in reverse with the Judgment card, I can't help but think that right now you're not moving. You're not planting seeds, and you're sort of at a standstill right now, Virgo, because the bottom is about to come out. Like with this Judgment card, that makes me feel like things are shifting and you're starting to have some realizations about things, and you're starting to think maybe I need to take things in a different direction. The Judgment card is self-realization. It is spiritual awakening. It is a moment where we understand our motives and our hearts in a way where it's transparent and true. There's no denial here. And so it's interesting. It feels like that kind of energy has put you in a temporary standstill. Let's see what you're focused on consciously. What is the conscious focus? Where are your thoughts? Oh, wow. You're ready to do something different. Okay? You've got this Knight of Pentacles who's not moving anymore because it's like this King of Wands energy, excuse me, is taking over your conscious thoughts and guiding you. It's interesting. This realization is the obstacle in you moving forward in a conventional pattern. You're being called to move in a non-conventional way. That King of Wands is trying to guide you with that energy, is trying to guide you to move in a way where you're moving to the beat of your own drum, Virgo. You are moving to the beat of your own drum. You are an entrepreneur. You are a leader. You have ideas that are have the potential to be ultra successful here. And there's this fire that's fueling you. It's very much a passionate sort of desire that's bringing something new to life within you. And it's all coming out of this realization you've had that you don't want to do things in the same way that you've been doing them so far. And it's like you've seen the bigger picture here. And not only have you seen this bigger picture, but it's almost like your energy is inviting other people to look at life in a different way, to be really ambitious and express your big ideas without hesitation and without overthinking. It's like this idea of taking whatever ambition or idea you have that you may have you may have even labeled it as unrealistic at some point, but now it's like you're charging ahead with this sort of heart-fueled, vibrant passion to get something unconventional off the ground. And it looks really, really interesting to me because it's telling you a lot about who you are, who you really are. And you may have been playing it a bit small with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse, sort of just plugging away, doing things just because you've always done them. But now you're sort of like, I'm going to do this. And this is going to be really a big departure for me, but it is my true essence. Wow. Let's see what's at the bottom of the reading here. What's at the base of the matter? What's the unconscious drive for all of this? Oh, you're no longer doubting who you are. You're no longer in denial. You're a little afraid of where this could all go, granted, Virgo, but you're no longer in denial. That Seven of Swords is in reverse. I think you're done kidding yourself that you have to play it so small, and you know that you're about to transform. And it's freaking you out a little bit because this is new territory. This is a timeline where you don't know what lies ahead, but you're going anyway. I love that. That's going to be the title of this reading. But, you know, it's interesting because it feels like, although you may have a bit of apprehension, it's almost that kind of excited apprehension that you would have if you were about to take a trip to somewhere you've never visited before. You know what I mean? And you wake up in the morning where you're about to get on the flight and you're like, oh my God, I'm totally going to go to this country that I've never visited before, and I'm going by myself, and I just really trust that I got this, and it's a big adventure, and I'm excited, I'm going for it. That's the kind of sort of anticipation fear I'm talking about, where it's something unfamiliar, but you trust it. Even though you have no idea what awaits you, you just trust that you're not going to be resonating with this path anymore, the one that you were on. And I feel like it's a big departure for you. This is exciting. Let's see what the past influences are here. Queen. Look at that. The Queen is in the past. The King is on the top of your mind. So this started, the ball got started in the past. Something in the past initiated this Queen of Wands energy that now you're sort of taking action on in the present with the King of Wands. So seeing the Queen of Wands tells me that in the past there was a moment here where you started to really understand that you could express yourself creatively in a way that was very charismatic. And it's like you were like sort of in the recent past thinking to yourself, I'm going to stop being so small to make other people comfortable. And I'm just going to shine as bright as is possible for me to shine. And it's almost like this was the contemplation phase where you were sort of understanding this judgment card, right? You were understanding that past failures may have held you back, or the perception that things were failures, I should say, may have held you back, but that it's almost like you realized that that doesn't define you actually, and that you can sit with whatever you want to sit with and see where it takes you. You don't have to define it as a failure or a success. But I honestly feel like you shifted into a place where you were like, no. Everything I do is a success because everything I do, I learn from it. And learning from things that I resonate with is a success always. And it's very interesting. It's like you have shifted into your own empowerment really strongly. And in the recent past, it feels like it was like blooming and blossoming, and now you're taking action on what was blooming and blossoming within you. And you've got this sort of energy about you now where you've gone from the divine feminine to the divine masculine. So it's no longer just something that you intuitively feel. It's not something that you're just wanting to sort of express without taking action towards actually making it happen. Like, this is very interesting. I feel a progression here when I see you go from the queen to the king. Let's see what comes up in the upcoming future for you. Upcoming future. Oh, wow. It's interesting, is the page. You're sort of moving through this in a very interesting way, aren't you? Like, you're sort of moving through this in a way where you're gonna really experience the whole picture. I think you've gone from sort of feeling it intuitively to taking action on it to, in the future, really understanding yourself in a brand new way, which is why it's a page. I think it's in reverse because ultimately you're going to come full circle. And the Page of Rods in reverse to me is a time where there's so many messages coming at us. The pages are messengers, and these messages from the Page of Wands are trying to show you self-discovery. They're trying to show you aspects of yourself that you may not have really realized. You may have seen it as limited. And it's almost like you're going to get this opportunity to confront obstacles that show you just how unlimited you are, and how trying new things may trigger you at first because you're so used to doing things in a certain way, right? Don't forget, you're used to doing things like the Knight of Pentacles, right? And that Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. So it's like you're taking your typical Virgo behavior, Virgo patterns, and you're doing things wildly different. So upcoming future, it makes sense that you'll feel a little bit of obstacles, you know, needing to sort of confront those obstacles, and also trying to find a balance for your emotions while you go through those obstacles. Like, are you going to become really hot-headed, or are you going to sort of just breathe and keep moving forward, knowing that you're on a very new journey here? This is new. Like, this Virgo energy of yours is now not moving forward. So your typical way of doing things is no longer working in the same way. And you've stepped out of denial. You know that this is a journey you've never gone on before. And so you're about to head into the unknown. And as we head into the unknown, it's not unexpected that we'll run into obstacles, but that those obstacles are teaching you so much about who you really are. It's very interesting reading for you. I'm really enjoying the energy here because it feels like going on a trip somewhere you've never been, all by yourself, and relying on yourself. And yes, will you run into obstacles if you were to take a trip you've never been somewhere before? You sure will, right? But there's nothing you can't handle is what I'm feeling here for you, Virgo. Let's see, how does Virgo feel about themselves in this moment? This is really interesting. How does Virgo feel about themselves? Queen of Cups in reverse. You are a stranger in a strange land, and it's confusing. You feel uncertain. You feel out of your element, and you're sort of being forced to trust yourself in a time of uncertainty, in a time where you don't feel as intuitive because you've never been here before. This is new. You're walking on new ground, and you might be sort of in a place where you kind of feel like you have to take responsibility for your own emotions. And some of those emotions may be insecure, maybe uncertain, and maybe not clear right now, because this is such new territory for you. It really feels like you're expanding beyond where you usually sit and where you usually plant seeds. You're expanding beyond that. It's like, it really does feel like you're going, like, some of you might be going on a trip, but the metaphor is the thing that really gives me the feeling of this reading. The metaphor of going somewhere alone where you've never been before, and having to rely on yourself and to really get to know yourself in this new environment. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. Let's see how you're appearing outwardly to others. How do you come across as you're doing this? Let's see. Oh, that's awesome. 6 of Wands and 8 of Wands. So how do you come across to others? As a success, as someone who is being recognized, someone who is winning, someone who is victory, someone who is successful, quote unquote. You know, like this is that ultra success that comes marching in when you've sort of leveled up and you've trusted yourself. 8 of Wands. So other people see you as like, wow, Virgo really trusts themselves to step out of the box, and they're not hesitating. You know, they're doing it. And how did they do that? You know, like this is a time where you could almost get acknowledged for something that you do. And people might be curious, well, how did you do that? And then you might be like, well, I trusted myself. I stepped out of the comfort zone. Yes, I was a little afraid. Yes, I had to step out of denial and I had to get to know myself on a new level, but I did it. It was a moment of self-realization. And yes, I was uncertain at first, but I overcame that uncertainty and I won. You know, like this is amazing. This is really amazing. Let's see where your hopes and fears lie in this story. 3 of Cups. So you're worried about some relationships. You might on one hand be like, I'm going to meet the people that I really resonate with by being so authentic. And on the other hand, you might be thinking, oh boy, I'm going to lose some people too. So relationships have to do with the hopes and fears here. There's a part of you that thinks that by stepping out of denial and moving towards this sort of really charismatic, passionate energy that says, I'm pursuing my ambitions, even if it's unfamiliar to me. I'm no longer in denial. I realize who I am and I'm going to pursue things in accordance with who I am. And I'm trusting myself that I'm going to win at this. And it's all going to serve me. There may be some relationships that you're worried about losing, and there may be some relationships that you're excited about gaining. So hopes and fears seems to surround relationships here for you, Virgo. I wonder if there's certain relationships that you're thinking about as you're listening to this, if this is resonating for you. Let's see what the potential outcome is here for Virgo. What's the potential outcome here for Virgo? The Star card. I mean, you can't beat that as an outcome card. You just can't, because that means healing. That means sort of manifesting the things you desire by being authentically you, by really pouring your intentions into something without any doubt that it will realize. And there's also a healing energy that comes with this card, because the Star card follows the Tower card. And so in the Tower, all of the previous structures, patterns, and beliefs go floating out to sea because they no longer resonate. They gotta go. They have to be cleared. And then the Star follows that as a moment of rebuilding, the phoenix rising from the ashes, the dreamer realizing their dream, the individual wishing upon a star and receiving their wish. This can also indicate that you yourself could become a star, because I also see that 6 of Wands, which tells me that you're going to be recognized for something. So you might find yourself in the spotlight, Virgo. You might find yourself in the spotlight, and that there will be a time coming up where you can be sure that your losses are turning around. You've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is a card I love to see show up in the reverse, because it means that there's a turnaround happening. Things are turning around for you. Anything that you may have thought was lost, it's like it's turning around. Your fortune's turning around. Your security, your stability, your sense of yourself is no longer out in the cold. This is a really powerful energy that I'm feeling, and I'm actually getting, like, my temperature is getting warmer. I can feel myself sort of getting warmer and warmer as I read your reading, and it's like you're getting so close to realizing who you are and what your true potential is. And it's just incredible, actually. It's incredible, because I feel like no matter what, you're going to push through what lies ahead. Even if it's unfamiliar, even if you have no idea where it could lead, you know it's going to lead to your success. You know it's going to lead to you truly realizing your true potential. Wow. Let's see what oracle cards you get to close off this reading for Virgo. Oh, you got 2. Interesting. You got to be fair and the breathe card. So what this tells me, my friend, is that certain injustices, certain losses, just like this card, certain things that were unfair or felt like a loss or felt like, it just wasn't in alignment, is going to all work out for you. And it's almost like you're just being guided to be centered, to trust, and to focus on being present, right? To really focus on being present and to be in a state of relaxed confidence, not anxious anticipation, but trusting and sort of having this patience that says all will be well, and I trust that everything that's happening in this experience is serving my highest good, and that there's nothing to fear, that you are safe, and that this is all about understanding who you really are and what your full potential is. And it's interesting because it really makes me feel like you don't have to be in a hurry. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be anxious or have any tension. In fact, enjoy every moment of this self-discovery, because it's like your patience is going to pay off in a very deep and meaningful way. And that you have worked so hard and your dreams are about to come true. That all of the adversity that you faced at one time is about to be sort of released and processed along the lines of like sitting in the rhythm of your authentic self and your authentic nature. This is really, this card here is guiding me to sort of give you this confidence that says slow and steady wins the race. That you will indeed win if you can stay relaxed, stay on course, trust your intuition, and just breathe. Trusting that you are going to achieve whatever you set out to achieve. Wow, I'm going to leave it at that. What a reading. I hope this has been helpful and resonated for you, Virgo, and I look forward to reading for you again very soon. I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care.